All right, guys, what you just saw was a great bench day here at HPT. I had a couple athletes come in from out of town, as always. We have people coming in from all over Indiana, Ohio, kind of surrounding areas. It's just great, especially during the week, for them to make the trip down here just to work out and drive back. Mary Jane came all the way up from southern Indiana down by Jeffersonville and Louisville. She had a good couple-hour drive up here. Mars, one of my newer lifters, just did his first lifting meet. Had a great meet, went 8 for 9, set PRs all the way across while cutting weight. He's got some stuff to work on. He was doing a feet up bench press today. We're working on his upper body stability and teaching him to use that without the base of support. Just something I do when they get done with meets because they've been arching for a long time. So I like to just kind of take away from the arch, take away from the stress on the lower back, make him focus on the upper back so he actually builds some stability up there. That's why I like it. I usually run something like that for 3 or 4 weeks after a meet, or if somebody's done a good training cycle, I might do that a couple times during the year just to give their backs a little break, focus on the other areas as you need. Shelby Miles is getting ready for a meet coming up here in December, so she's hitting some heavy doubles. She ended up getting a PR tonight, 285 pounds for 2 reps. Focusing again just on her technique. She's got to keep good bar speed right now, especially when you get into heavier weights. You can't start missing reps on here. So we have to choose her weights correctly all the way through. Next week we're going to be closer to 300 after hitting the 285. We're going to hit some singles and break her old PR of 300 pounds on the bench press. You saw me working with my athletes. Even though I don't compete anymore, I think it's very important when I have the opportunity to train with them. It's one thing to sit there and talk about stuff. It's another thing to get in there, and while I'm not training for competition, I'm still trained to make sure that they're more motivated, get a good workout in for myself, and make sure that I'm holding them accountable just like they hold me accountable. I just don't want to sit on the sideline. So if I'm able to train, even though I'm not competing right now, I still want to train with my athletes, still push them while they see me pushing myself. It's just the way it's got to go. So as long as I can train with them, as long as I can be around them, it's important for everybody. You just saw a great atmosphere, just one person after the next. My man, little Silas over here, my little 8th grader, hitting lots of singles with 135 pounds. He's about 110 pounds, been training with me for a little bit now. Hitting some close grip bench press, super close for him, 135 pounds, setting some PRs, getting some dips, getting some various stuff in. The other stuff you'll see is, we call it a priority list, and when we got done, you saw Shelby. She's working on some overload, handling a little bit of heavier weight, so we use the slingshot over here for her. Very good thing to keep her elbows in because sometimes her elbows flare out. Plus she can handle a little bit heavier weight and really work on the lockout because she struggles a little bit on the upper part of her bench press. So I really want to overload that area, make sure that she's able to go through on there. Mary Jane hitting some pauses. She struggles a little bit, kind of keeping tight in the very bottom of her bench press. You saw that maybe on a couple of her touch and go reps. So when she got done today, the plan was for her to go close grip, but noticing what I saw, what she needed to work on, we immediately switched it over to her pause bench presses. And that's one thing with coaching is when you look at athletes and their priorities, you might have a great example written up or a great workout written up, but then you got to be able to adapt and change and work on what your athletes need to work on over there. Mars, I let him bench. He's a little bit beat up right now. I'm giving him a lot of bodybuilding stuff, a lot of hypertrophy work, different athletic events, different athletic exercise and challenges. So you saw some variations that he's doing that he normally won't do. It's very important when he gets done with his meet, especially a younger lifter. You can't go right into banging the heavy weights with squat, bench, and deadlift. You just won't last long. It's going to be detrimental in the long run. So I'm getting him, like I said, the feet up bench press, some different variations, some push-ups, some body weight stuff, dumbbell work, stuff he normally doesn't get and stuff that he's not normally good at, just that he needs to work on during this time before we even start talking about prepping for another meet. You saw some of the various stuff Silas is doing, getting ready for his little wrestling season right now. Keeping it pretty simple with his training, stuff that doesn't take a lot of teaching and stuff. I mean, he's obviously got very good technique on his bench press. He's been with me for a little bit, but keeping it simple with dips and pull-ups and some dumbbell work for him. It's got to be that way for the younger athletes, building that strong base all the way through. So hopefully you guys got a good take of what we're doing, a little bit of explanation from me on how we train here over at HPT. Just another solid bench day. Like I said, Mars coming in from LaPorte, Indiana. He's got about a 3-hour drive tonight, all the way back up there. Mary Jane coming in, and that's just the way it goes over here. So it's a lot of great people that are local, and we have a lot of people coming in that just make the drive, and the most important thing is the atmosphere. You can sit here and coach, and I could sit on the sidelines and joke around with them, but it's another thing to actually get in there and show them how serious this is and how serious I want them to take. So hope you guys take a little bit away from there. So we have a good time training here, but we train hard. Everybody set PRs like we should be at this point in time, and we'll just keep plugging away. Join us for next time.